Hello everyone. So I made this video to answer some of Cray's questions. Um and hopefully along the way I can also just kind of explain my strategy going into this game and throughout the game, and hopefully I'll answer some of your other questions as well as I go along. This video probably won't be that good because this is my second take. I already did a 15-minute video that just didn't save. So yeah, I'm kind of less enthusiastic about this one, not gonna lie. But with that being said, basically what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go through all the votes post merge, and kind of just explain why I voted who I did and the strategy behind each vote and everything like that, and hopefully just kind of show that I did actually have strategy and that I was trying really hard in this game. But with that being said, the first vote was Julian. I didn't vote Julian. I actually wanted Cray out that vote because I knew he was a really strong threat, and I thought him and Rose, and actually Jaden too, were really close. And I thought they would go all the way to the end because they were really good social, strategic, and competition threats. So I wanted Cray out. Well, me, Willie, and Julian were okay with that. But Sterling didn't want to vote out Cray. I never really got an explanation on that, but Sterling did not want to vote out Cray. Sterling wanted to vote out Julian. And I was like, well, no, Julian's a vote for us, but Sterling still wanted to vote Julian. And I actually even got Garrett to flip and vote for Cray. Um, so Garrett voted Cray, but we didn't have that fifth vote we needed because Sterling wouldn't change his vote. So I was like, okay, well then let's vote Garrett because he's the only other name that I've heard, and I don't want to vote out Julian. So me, Willie, and Julian voted Garrett. Obviously, we were played pretty badly because Julian went home and Garrett was like the second option. So that was pretty bad. But obviously, after that vote, I knew that we were on the outs. And then going into the next vote, luckily I won immunity. Um, but then Sterling got sent home. Rest in peace, Sterling. If only we would have voted Cray out that first one, that wouldn't have happened. But no, honestly, Sterling, you know I love you. But it was really sad to see Sterling go because he was my ride or die in this game, and it sucked watching him go. But after that, it was down to me and Willie, and then at Final Seven, Willie won immunity, and so I was pretty much the only option left to vote for the rest of the tribe, the other alliance that was going on. Um, so I knew I had to fight really hard to make sure I didn't go home because now it was my ass on the line. It was my game that was going to be ended if the votes didn't go how I wanted them to. So I talked to Adam, I talked to Jaden, I even talked to Garrett a bit, um, to try to kind of tell them that I kind of had an idol. Although I even think Adam approached me about it first. He was like, "Hey, do you have an idol?" And I went with it. I was like, "Yeah, I do." And so, but basically, what my thought process of telling those three that I had an idol was that I knew one of them would tell Cray and Rose that I have this idol, and hopefully they would all believe it, so they would all split their vote, um, in like a 3-2, maybe. I don't know. Obviously, it wasn't that way, but that was my thought process. I thought they would split it 3-2, and then me and Willie would be two votes, and all we needed to do was flip one person from that majority vote, that three vote, to vote with us. So it would be a 3-2 vote where I would stay. So I talked to Adam, and he was fine with getting Cray out because the vote before that was when Sterling was tied with Garrett, I think it was. Um, I think Adam still voted out Sterling, but he was okay with getting Cray out next. He kind of brought up that idea himself, and he wanted to do that, which aligned with what I wanted to do. So it worked out. And then I talked to Jaden about voting out Cray. And this is kind of where it gets confusing. I'm not really sure what happened because me and Jaden's stories don't really cooperate or align, or how do I say this? They don't match each other. We have two different stories as to what kind of happened. But I'm just gonna say what I thought happened. Um, And maybe Jaden can tell you his side of the story. But basically, what I thought happened was I talked to Jaden, and Jaden said he didn't want to vote Cray. But I was like, okay, well, me, Willie, and Adam are voting Cray. And he's like, fine, that's enough. I'm just going to throw my pity vote to Rose. So Cray still thinks I'm good with him, and we can, like, use that later. And I was like, okay, that works. But at this point, this would have been the first time me and Adam worked together, and I didn't really trust him all that much because he just voted out my ally the previous vote. I think, did he vote out Garrett in the tie? I don't think so, no, because then Garrett would have stayed, right? Or Jalen would have stayed. Anyways, I didn't trust Adam because this was the first vote we would have voted together. But I thought that Jaden would actually vote Rose because it didn't hurt or help anyone. I didn't see why he would lie about that. But obviously, when the votes are read, he switched his vote. So only me and Willie were voting Rose, but luckily the other votes were spread out enough to where it was a tie between me and Rose. And then at the tie, I ended up staying. So going into that vote, I did have a strategy which I actually thought was pretty good, but it fell through very quickly once the votes were read, but luck kind of took over and pushed me through to the revote, where again there was some strategy involved where I had to convince Adam and Jaden. I had to convince two people to keep me, who they didn't vote for me originally, but they didn't vote against the other person either. So it could have gone either way. They could have been like, no, I'm actually not flipping. I'll just say I got confused and like go back to my original tribe. But no, I convinced them, two people, to flip and keep me. So I stayed, and now we're at final 6. Cray, you're my next target. You're such a social competition, strategic threat. You're welcome. That I wanted you out. You were a threat to my game, especially because I knew you wanted me out. We did do the thing where we'd always talk and like collaborate, but then never vote the same. It was kind of funny. But anyways, going into that vote, I wanted you out. And so me and Willie voted together again. And then Adam voted with us because he still wanted you out. And so you guys thought it was going to be a 3-3 vote. But Jaden voted with us again, which is still up for debate whether that was a him move or an us move, but whatever, Garrett. And then, so I convinced Jaden, or Jaden did it by himself, whatever you guys want to think, to vote out Cray. And so Cray went home, which, whether I convinced Jaden to do that or not, my target still went home, so good for me. And then, God, I sound really arrogant in this. Sorry, guys. But Cray went home, and now it's Final 5. Final 5 was a really paranoid vote for me because everyone was going to use their idols. No idols has been used this whole game, and now all the idols were going to get played at once. I was pretty sure I was going to get Siri'd out because I didn't have an idol. Willie told me he was going to vote Adam. Adam said he was going to vote Jaden. Garrett said he was going to vote me and then use his idol on me. Still don't know why, but I wasn't going to question it. I mean, safety for nothing. Thanks, Garrett. So that meant everyone got one vote. Me and Jaden could actually control the vote just with 2 votes. So I was like, down. Who should we get out, Adam or Willie? And I wanted Adam gone. Sorry, Adam. I wanted Adam gone because I trusted Willie more. But we were so scared of Adam's secret unknown power that we didn't want to do anything to him. So sadly, I did vote Willie out, and that really sucked because I really liked Willie and Jaden equally. And not even on a game level, just on a personal level. They were just really good people to talk to, and it was never like, it was just, they were easy to talk to and fun to talk to, so it sucked having to choose between the two, but it basically came down to the fact that me, Jaden, and Garrett were the only ones competing in immunity challenges at this point, and I wanted Garrett out. So the more people we had to play immunity, the better chance that Garrett had of not winning immunity, and so we could have taken him out. And also, Jaden was on more than Willie was, so it was easier to kind of strategize and talk and make a plan, even though Willie was more loyal to me. So it was a risk. It was a risky move. It was a really risky move. But personally, I thought it was better for my game at that point. So Willie left. Sorry, Willie. And then it was Final Four. Garrett wins immunity fucking again. Good job, Garrett. And so now it's between me, Adam, and Jaden. I'm still loyal to Jaden at this point because I want to take Jaden to the final two. Um, and then, so me and Jaden lock in Adam. And Garrett wants to try to get Jaden out, which I agree probably would have been a good move, but not if Jaden was voting with me. And so Adam voted Jaden. Me and Jaden vote Adam. Garrett says he's gonna vote Jaden. And I'm still fine with that. I'm like, okay, I'm voting Jaden too. So he thinks it's going to be a 3-1 vote, but it was really going to be a 2-2 vote. And I was fine with that because Jaden could have easily beat Adam at a competition because I really don't think he's done a competition this whole season. So I was okay with that. But then last second, Garrett's like, okay, I'm switching my vote to Adam. I'm like, okay, I will too. I was totally not planning getting Adam out this whole time. Yeah, let's go. And so Adam went home that vote. And then now we're in final two, or final three, sorry, my bad. And although I don't know why nobody tried to take me out at final four, Garrett and Jaden could have easily talked and collaborated to try to get me out. But none of them did. Neither of them wanted to make a move to get me out. So, oh well. And then, so going into final three, if I won, I would have taken Jaden to the final two. Because, to be honest, this is going to sound probably arrogant, but I think I could have won against Jaden too. I think I can win against both, but that's obviously up for you guys to decide. But personally, I think I played a better game than both Garrett and Jaden. And the fact that I would take Jaden to finals would just make me seem like a more loyal person, which is good. Garrett did say he wanted a final two, since there was like 6 people left in this game. But honestly, I didn't really believe him. I don't know why he thinks I played such a bad game compared to Jaden. I'm not trying to discredit Jaden's game. Jaden played a great game. He came back from Redemption Island, survived a twist, did all that fun stuff. So he had a great game. He made final three. But he thinks Jaden played a better game than me, which I'm not necessarily sure about. But again, that's obviously up for you guys to decide on how good I played this game. Luckily, Garrett wins and takes me because apparently Jaden wasn't going to. Thanks, Jaden. So it's me and Garrett in final two. I don't know what to say. I'm thankful to be here. I think a lot of it was my hard work that got me here, though. I've been fighting since, well, even before the merge, but I think especially at merge, I was fighting. I realized that I was in the minority with the original tribes fighting against each other. I fought to try to get my targets out, and it didn't work until Final 7. But I have been fighting this whole game. And I didn't have to rely on immunity wins to get me to this point. That's not really shade at you, Garrett. I actually think that not winning that Final 7 immunity was the best thing to happen to my game. Because it pushed me to make big moves. Because I was like, what else do I have left to lose? If I don't do something now, I'm gone. So I fought so hard that vote. I was up super late talking to people, trying to decide what we were going to do and strategize, and not winning that immunity caused me to fight for my life in the game. And after that vote happened and I stayed, I realized I had power, and so I fought even harder because I knew if I could make it to the end, I would have a really good resume to win, and I still think I do. And not winning immunities, it would have been nice to win immunities, but I think the fact that I didn't win any immunities was a pretty big threat, and my name did not come up once. I don't even think, except for the Rose vote. That was the only time my name came up, and like one vote pre-merge, and then the vote that Garrett canceled out with his idol doesn't even count. So thanks, Garrett. Those were the only times my name came up, in this game. I mean, I'm sure people talked about my name, but that was the only time my name was actually officially a vote. And so I think the fact that after I pulled off a big move like that and then still nobody wanted to vote me out, I don't know if they didn't see me as a threat or what, but I think that was pretty good on my part that I kept my name out of everyone's mouth while still getting the people I wanted out. And so, I mean, that's basically it. I talked for 7 ever, and everyone's probably not going to get halfway through this video. But long story short, I think I fought this whole game very hard, and I didn't have to rely on immunity wins to get me here. I used strategy and social gameplay in order to get me to Final 2. And I moved myself from the bottom of the pyramid to the top position. I put myself in a power position and held that power position till the end of the game because here I am. And so hopefully you take all these into consideration when voting for who you want to win. I just wanted to thank everyone for a great season. It's been really fun. It was a rocky start at first because everyone was like quitting and not really doing anything. But I think at Merge, this game got really interesting and fun. I've met so many great, friendly people and some amazing competitors too. So I hope to see some of you in the future. And no matter what happens, whether you vote Garrett or me, it's been amazing playing with you all. And so I hope to see you guys soon. And thanks again.